Greetings, YouTube. Today I'll be talking about another Safari Limited Toob. This will be world landmarks. And there's another little sphere on the end, which I'll be taking off and keeping for myself. So I'll be getting rid of the tube when I'm done with this video. Let's see if I can get these things out of the package. Just gonna be a pain in the butt, sorry. Doesn't help that these things are kind of awkwardly shaped. Hence another reason why I'm not putting them back in this back inside. Here we go. So, what do we have? First off, we have the Colosseum in Rome, which is kind of cool. Mostly a knick-knack. Good for educational purposes, not much good for anything else. Here we have the some of the stone heads from Easter Ireland. My wife is one of these, which is the reason we spent the money on this tube of figures. She has a real thing for the Easter Island heads. We actually have a stuffed animal somewhere, or a stuffed animal, but a plushie somewhere of an Eastern Island head. My wife also commented, look at, they're a barbershop quartet. I said, I guess they are. They could also be useful in a 25mm scale for a role-playing game, because they are bigger than humans, but not hugely overscaled for humans. Here we have a section of Stonehenge, which I find, or Stonehenge, depending on how you want to pronounce it, which I find intriguing, because I'm a pagan myself. And again, this is also be used as a part of a 25mm miniature scale that would fit quite nicely into that. Here we have the Sphinx, which is not what the head originally looked like. The latest research I have seen shows that the head was probably came out to here and was actually an Anubis. And it was reconfigured at a later date to probably more than once to depict some pharaoh or another. And the nose was not knocked off by Napoleon's forces. That's a bit of mythology there. And it has been repaired multiple times over the millennia. So that there is a patchwork on its surface of different types of stone and things that have been used. Then we have the Great Wall of China, which is kind of cool. I like the way this is shaped. Then we have Buddha, and this is saying the Buddha of Lantau, Buddha of Lantau. So it's a particular Buddha, and again, this could also be used in 25mm as part of a tomb or something like that, or as a worship site. That would be quite cool. And then I saved this one for last, folks. This is Mount Rushmore, which is in America and depicts 4 of our presidents, and is one of the most egregious acts of defacement of a holy site ever committed in the United States of America. These mountains are holy land to Native Americans, and the United States came in, took the holy lands away from them, and then defaced their holy lands with the faces of white people that destroyed their nation and almost committed genocide, wiping them out completely from the continent entirely. I don't like Mount Rushmore. I don't care if it's a technical achievement. I've read an entire book about it, and it was quite marvelous what they went to and how they pulled it off. And it's still a horrible, horrible act of defiling a sacred territory. No different than if someone were to nuke Mecca or the Wailing Wall. It's just horrible. But there you have it, folks. This has been the Safari Limited Toob of historical landmarks. I will find a use for some of these things. My wife will enjoy her little figures, maybe she'll take them to work because they're small and they can sit on her desk quite conveniently. Someone gave her Godzillas today, which was quite humorous. She came to work and found Godzillas on her desk. But it's a cute little set. And again, we got it for the Easter Island heads. But I happen to like the Buddha, and I like the Stonehenge, and I think the Sphinx is cool, and the Colosseum is just mildly intriguing. And this is just downright offensive.